Hey, shalom out there.
Shalom.
Brothers of Great Millstone Charlotte coming out once again to the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Alright, to teach, preach, and edify the coming destruction of Babylon the Great America and salvation of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect of the so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanic. Alright, before we get started with this lesson, as always, we want to face the east and give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and that do rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. Habayaf Dawadad, for the elect. To you all we say shalom.
Shalom.
Alright. Again, week in and week out, we come out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great America, right, which is forwarding the wickedness in this system. Alright, now, me and the brothers were discussing prior to the startup of the sermon about how the information is coming out more and more that there are strings attached to these politicians. There are strings that are attached to these leaders, even amongst our people, as brothers have been sharing what had occurred at the DNC, that big ass shit show fiasco, where you had a circus act, where you had rappers and politicians, pretty much actors, right, trying to beguile the people to accept Kamala Harris as the new face of Babylon, right? But we're here to tell you, whether it's Kamala, whether it's Donald Trump, the Lord is coming to bring about exposure to show you that this system is wicked, man. The intent of this system is not driven by either of those individuals, okay? Again, they have strings that are attached to them, and they do the bidding of Esau Edom, starting first and foremost with the elite banking families, man. All right. Now we wanted to focus on the APAC. If a brother could pull up right quick the APAC definition, the term APAC, right? Who are they, right? Because hey, we're in that time. Right quick, on a while. Pull up that definition of inquisition. We're in that time where the Lord is making that inquisition of the wicked, man. You want to get that scripture as well.
The definition of inquisition in the Free Dictionary reads, the act of inquiring into a matter and investigation. It says, an investigation that violates the privacy or rights of individuals, especially through rigorous or harsh interrogation.
Yeah, read it again for me.
It says, an investigation that violates the privacy or rights of individuals, especially through rigorous or harsh interrogation.
And that's what it is. There's an investigation going on. The Inquisition against the Edomite, against the wicked. Right? So that investigation is going out by the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And to add on to that, whole Lamentations where it talks about let the sins of Edom be discovered, Lamentations 4, 21, 22 in there. But finish your point. Finish reading some point out.
It says, continuing on, a deep or searching inquiry, especially a ruthless official investigation of individuals in order to suppress, revolt, or root out the unorthodox.
Which is heavy. There's a ruthless investigation going on against Esau. And it's going on through the Spirit of the Lord, the Holy Spirit. All right, he's being exposed, he's being revealed at very high levels right now. That's right. Right? The scripture told us in Jeremiah 49 and 10 that Esau would be made bare and he wouldn't be able to no longer hide himself. So this is why, as brothers get into these reports that are going out, the investigation, the exposure of the wicked in this system in general. All right, the inner workings of this very system is being put on Front Street, and this place is not appearing to be the place that it was pushed to be. Right, you know.
Yep. You got that precept in meditation?
Get that wisdom song.
Got it. This is the book of Lamentations. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. That's right. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Yeah, the cup. The Lord said the cup is going to pass through unto thee. All right, because we drink the cup as a nation. Right? You shall surely not go unpunished, the scripture says. Go ahead. It says, thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Yep.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished.
Yep.
O daughter of Zion,
Uh-huh.
he will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Yep.
He will visit thine iniquity.
Yep.
O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins.
See, that's the point. He would discover thy sins. Can somebody get that in blue letter? Let's see what it says for that word discover. Because that discovery, if you will, that's part of his inquisition. That's the investigation that's going on. All right, with the JOO and the Edomites alike, on down. All right, the whole nation is being investigated. Right, for crimes against the Lord's people. All right, and crimes essentially against humanity, the world.
This, the definition of the discover, it says Strong's H 1540 Galah. It says to uncover, to remove,
Yep.
to depart, to uncover oneself, to discover or show oneself.
Yeah, to discover oneself, to show. Right, as you brought out, you put that in Isaiah 25. Yeah, hold that on deck. Keep going out.
It says to disclose, to discover, to lay bare.
To lay bare. Esau is being laid bare. Every level right now. Hollywood, the government, what else? Just your average, Edomite, man, that has some type of authority and power that's being exposed. We see it everywhere, man. Pedophilia, that's another thing, man. All these high-profile Edomites, that the nigga that owned PlayStation, he got caught up. I think I don't know if it was the guy from Papa John's. It was one of them food chains.
Jimmy John? Well,
Jimmy John's, the one that then you had the dude that got caught with the dolphins and shit.
Yeah, that was Jimmy John.
Yeah, Jimmy John's, just a bunch of wild shit with these Edomites.
Then you had the Edomite from the BBC that was doing
Yeah,
the show.
yeah, the BBC, and there was another. It was with the dogs, right? Yeah. The dude from BBC. It came out from the head guy at BBC was raping dogs to death.
Yeah, he had a shed out in the back where he was filming it, making dogs snuffing.
Come on, man. Hey, when the scriptures say that these people are violating the earth, they are violating the earth, man. Right?
This is why this is violent. That was the Wisdom of Solomon?
Yeah, get that.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly.
See, inquisition shall be made to the councils of the ungodly, man. The councils, the powers that be are being thoroughly investigated right now. They're being exposed. Go ahead.
And the sound of his word shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
Right, because everything scriptures say, reveal the sins of the wicked till thou find none. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Right, every day it's a continuous, exposure of this man's system and his inner workings.
Right. That's why I said in the book of Luke about how all things are being manifest. There are no more secrets because the Lord has unveiled everything to show you how nasty and wicked this Edomite is. Right? That the brother Solomon was going into. Esau, Edom, and Amalek, they got their nasty hands in everything. All the powers in the earth all go back to them.
Right. That's why the scriptures say in the book of Malachi, the first chapter, how they are the border of wickedness, man. The scriptures say what? That wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
That's right.
And that the wicked have spread themselves as a green bay tree. Amalek's ability to go out and plant himself as a covert enforcer to push forth his policies and agendas is the root cause of a lot of these issues that's prominent in the world.
That's right.
Isaiah 25:7. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." When you go into the word bare, is kashaf, and it means to be made bare. It says to take off the cover. So it says, "And he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors he is not." And so pretty much, like the early going into, this devil's being exposed. All the lies, the treachery, the deceit. He tried to hide behind you, and that's being exposed.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 25, and verse 7. "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations."
Right, and if I could mention too, Esau has a veil or a covering cast over everything. The people. All right, how everything came into creation. Pretty much everything is this kingdom has been pretty much built up in lies.
Right. If I can add, because like the scriptures say that Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. So him putting himself as so-called white people, all right, or as it says, the children of God, the Jewish people, you know, they have pretty much been able to take the scope off of them to see that they're not the problem. But as we're going into, all right, Esau, Amalek, Esau, pretty much, he is the problem. All right, and so what we're seeing taking place with all these different meetings that are getting exposed is that people are beginning to wake up to that fact, and they're losing control of the narrative. Like, you know, Elliot, they're losing the information war. You know.
This is Revelation 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
And this is speaking of the true J-E-W, the true Jews, the true Israelites, the sons of God, man. Which are you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. You are the true people of the Lord, man. All right? And we are paupers in this world, but we're truly rich, all right, in spirit, because we have all the blessings that's with us, man. Okay? That we're promised. Go ahead.
It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right, they are the synagogue of Satan. Right now, at the time when this was written to the church, I believe that church that this was written to was Smyrna, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, Smyrna. So this is speaking of those Jews that were claiming to be upholding the heritage but weren't walking in the spirit. Right? But this is applicable now to those small hats over there that are claiming the identity of the children of the Most High.
Right. If I can add, it says that they're the chief, the synagogue of Satan. The synagogue goes into the chief house. All right, which the chief house of Edom is who? Amalek. All right, they're the small hats. They are that head tribe of Esau, Edom. All right, so what these damn devils are being exposed to find out is that they're the ones running everything, man. All right, everything that America pushes forth is all sanctioned by Amalek, man. Which, as the brother brought up, the thing with APAC, all right, the ABL, you know, all these different Amalek movements that they have set up that control the narrative, man. These things are being brought out, man.
Hey, because we're in that time, so brother could grab right quick Daniel, the 12th chapter, because knowledge is being increased.
That's right.
The understanding of the times and seasons that we're in is being increased, and the people that are responsible for the problems of the earth are being brought to the forefront. That Inquisition is pretty much putting Esau at the forefront. See, what you have is a term of covert white supremacy, but for the sake of edification, we'll call it Edomite supremacy. And then you have overt Edomite supremacy. So you have covert, which is favorable to Edom because he likes to play in the background.
Right.
He doesn't like to show his hand. Right? The scriptures speak about who shall see us. Right? His whole mindset is that he's going to be able to deal in spaces and he's not going to be able to be pinpointed. Right? But then you have overt Edomite supremacy. Right? Which is where the system, you're able to see the intricacies and see how this system is just blatantly set up for Esau to be able to put himself at the forefront. All right, at the demise of the people of Israel, right? Shunning information. But now, with the prophets being on the scene, speaking through the Holy Spirit, that inquisition is being made to counter his arguments, to counter his talking points. You get that, Precept?
I'm gonna chime in over here since the mic is low. Just picking up all this shit outside.
Oh, nigga.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 4.
Scream when you talk, scream when you read.
Daniel 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal up the book, even to the time of the end.
Right, and we are in that time of the end. How do we know that we're in the end? The Lord gave accounts of things that will be happening in the end times to show forth that he is near, that his return is coming close. You read Matthew the 24th chapter, you read Luke the 21st chapter, Mark the 13th chapter. The prophets of old have all spoken of signs to look for of the end of times.
I can add another way to let us know that we're in that end because Esau Edom is being exposed, man.
Yep.
Because the main source of his power was his secrecy, all right, his deception, all right, and nobody questioned him now. But we're at a point to where everything is being brought to the forefront to expose this man as being the devil. All right? You wouldn't dare hear people talk about the Jewish people back then, man. Because nobody looked at them as a problem, all right? Because you had the whole narrative of the Holocaust, all right, where everybody felt sorry for these motherfuckers, man. But at the end of the day, everything is being shown. And look, they lied about history. They lied about who they are. They lied about everything, man. All right, who we are as the children of Israel, okay? So everything that's coming out is the Spirit of the Lord blasting these damn devils, man.
Daniel 12:4, latter part. It says, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
And knowledge shall be increased. So, as the brother priest was speaking about the deception of Edom, right? How he's gone throughout the earth, lying, stealing, and destroying. There's an abundant amount of information that's coming out in these days that's showing forth that this is the devil that the Bible spoke of, man. The one that is adverse to nature, the one that is adverse, as the Quran was speaking of, that has pretty much committed crimes against humanity, crimes against you Israelites, stolen your identity and labeled it upon himself, man. Okay? And now we're starting to see who he truly is, right? Now we're starting to see that this devil who has masqueraded himself as a holy, upright citizen is really a vagabond that's been on the run going all the way back to Cain.
Spirit, I got that for you.
Come.
All right. This is Genesis chapter 4. This one is in 15, but we'll start at verse 14. Genesis 4 and verse 14. It says, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid.
All right? Because the Lord is not dealing with Cain. It says, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. It says, verse 15, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Right. And that mark being the sign of leprosy. And Esau is a clean leper. It means that's why he has no melanin in his skin. The blood showing forth through his skin, man. Okay? Because that was a curse that the Most High placed upon him to indicate that this man is the man of sin, man. All right, as it said, he is a fugitive and a vagabond through the earth because as being a fugitive, he's running from judgment. He's been doing that, all right, since he came into power. But it says also a vagabond. When you look up this word vagabond, it says wandering, unsteady. It says strolling about. So Esau has went throughout the whole earth trying to hide himself. This is why he goes to different nations. He conquers them. He takes them over. He wipes them out, and then he puts himself as those people. All right, to try to get away from that. It's like when you go into the history, when Esau pretty much began to spread himself out. He went amongst the Hamite nations, was mingling with them, trying to get his melanin back. All right, because he's been trying to evade judgment ever since, man.
He hasn't been brought to justice.
Nah, man. This nigga has crimes going back to the circle. You know?
Psalm 37 and verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. So, like Priest was making mention, man, we see what Amalek is doing. We see what Esau as a whole entirety, or as a community, they spread their wickedness throughout the entire globe, man. Right? They come in and adopt other nations' customs and put them on as their own, and they try to, destroy the earth through it, man.
Yep. You see, that's the power of Esau's deception, right? We read in the book of Revelation. Matter of fact, if brother could hold that right quick, I'll
This is Tahoyim Psalms 144 and verse 11. And it says, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity. Their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. And with your right hand is something that you rely on. So this devil relies on wickedness, Also.
That was a part of him being sanctioned to come into power, was to push forth falsehood, to push forth deception. You get that account right quick?
Yes, sir. This is the book, Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And it reads, and when the 1,000 years are expired.
Right, when the 1,000 years are expired, that 1,000 years, speaking of the Dark Ages, right, when you had Jake and rulership over in the land of Europe, a barren land. Esau was dwelling like a caveman, okay, had no senses about himself. right? But eventually Esau crept in to these houses and would try to come into power, which is what you have known as the period of the Renaissance, the rebirth, right? You read it?
So you know, it says, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and it's like, and shall go out to deceive the nations.
Right, again, Satan in the Hebrew is Shaitan, meaning adversary, because this devil is adverse to all that is upright. The scripture saying in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the 4th verse, that the spirit that is within him is not upright. Right. Okay? So him going out into the earth, read that verse once more.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations.
Right, to deceive the nations. That was his MO that was given unto him by the Lord, was to go out and to deceive the nations. Right? As brothers see, it's an abundant amount of information to this very day that you find out about Esau and how he's had a hand in pushing forth all different types of lies and deception that people have pretty much labeled as fact.
Right.
For decades, for generations.
Right, which is why, I always forget, Rockefeller said the internet should never been created.
Yep, Senator J. Rockefeller.
And they said that because, like you said, all this information is there for your getting. And all this is a simple Google, all right? Which is why they've been so gung-ho of this infodemic, all right? Because they're losing the narrative for the truth, man. Okay? This is why they're in talks of regulating the internet. All right, they're saying that, the talking point that's going against Amalek is going to get you jail time. Trump wants to off people that speak against the small hats, right? Yep. So this is where we get to because they're getting exposed at an all-time high.
Let that brother finish that verse.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
So Esau went through the whole world, as the brother had just read in Psalms. The wicked spreading themselves as a green bay tree. This nigga has influence in the entire scope of the world. It don't matter wherever you could be. Esau has his hands there, which goes forth to show that Jake that has this mindset, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna leave America and things are gonna be better. Esau is there. The problems will persist so long as this devil is in power.
So it says Gog and Magog to gather them together to battle.
Right, that battle is near. All right, World War III. You brothers and sisters that have been keeping your watch, you see the stage is being set gradually to lead forth there. How much more the MOTB, we understand prophecy, is going to fall in order. Okay? So that's it on that. You can drop that.
This is volume Psalms 147, verse 17. It says, He casteth forth his ice like horses. Who can stand before his cold? He sendeth out his word and melted them. He causes his wind to blow and the waters flow. And it's pretty much, his word is pretty much casting down those strongholds and imaginations mentioned in 2 Corinthians 10th chapter. Pretty much is exposing the devil for pretty much pushing forth the truth.
I got precept. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 2, and it reads, I started verse 1. I jumped down to verse 3. And it reads, Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, so this is happening now, man. Right? This man is being revealed. Everybody's starting to wake up and see that this man here, that Esau Edom, is so-called the devil, man. Right? He's a cultural vulture.
Read that verse from the top.
Yep. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. And it reads, Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that was during the time of 67 AD, during the time of and also 70 AD. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Who was there back then during the time of 70 AD? The Romans, all right, which is the house of Edom. All right, and now we live in the revived fourth beast, which was ancient Rome. Okay? So now that man of sin is once more being shown forth to be that son of perdition. Okay? That man that is adverse to the way of existence now.
Right. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sit up in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Right, and this is what this devil is trying to ultimately do, man. All right, his whole system up until this point has been fortified upon this idea that there is no Most High. Only he is the one that's the Most High. You hear the talking points at these summits. You hear the talking points at these discussions of how they are trying to set up an NWO, a New World Order, okay? And they're going to bring about this order through chaos. And that chaos is being festered in the earth before us, man, okay? Because his goal ultimately is to sit in the place of the Most High. Where does the Most High dwell? Within the brothers, within your sisters, man. Within your spirit, within your body.
The body is a temple.
Exactly. And what is he trying to do? He's trying to insert that implantable device, that digital all, as a mark of submission to this beast system.
All nations knew that, to take us down, they had to attack the temple.
Yes.
And now the temple is the body of believers in Yahweh Shai. Like you said, now he's trying to put that implantable device within our bodies to defile our temple. He's trying to conquer the Lord's woman.
They're trying to remake man in his image.
There you go.
It's like how he's doing with the world. All the bumped out weird shit you see him going on, that's Esau trying to fashion his kingdom to his likeness instead of the Lord, how he had it.
Also defiling our food too.
Everything.
On the makers that this is it.
That's it.
Right. But that's the time and season that we're in. The Lord is making that inquisition, showing you, because at one point in time, people didn't have the resources and ability to really look into these things to see if it was true or not. Now it's so much abundant information. You got fact checkers, you got this person that's explaining the inner workings of the food processing, all types of different things, man. Everything, man.
Social media has become one of the mainstays of exposure to
Right.
these devils. Man. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all avenues, is all people making videos speaking against these people.
That's why they want to control social media.
Yes.
Right. Yep.
And you got average people just complaining about these devils now, man.
So, continuing on the definition of inquisition, it says, an official investigation, especially of a political or religious nature, characterized by lack of regard for individual rights, prejudice on the part of the examiners, and recklessly cruel punishments. So what we're about to see, or what we're seeing right now, is people taking no regard for these Edomites' feelings anymore. Right? They've hidden behind these veils of secrecy, right? And they've destroyed the world as a result. So now people, regardless of what the consequences may be, are starting to bring out more and more about the sins that Esau Edom.
That's right.
Like I said, recklessly cruel punishments, because ultimately they're going to serve that drink that cup double, right, as a result of what they've done in the world.
Which is why they're tired of hearing this message and tired of seeing us bring out this message, because every time they see Israel, they're reminded of that judgment that Yahweh Shai has reserved for them.
Precept. This is Wisdom of Solomon. All right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse. Bear with me. Yeah. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2, and verse 13. I'll read down to the point. It says, he professes to have knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Right, which is why you see all these Christians apologists trying to come up against us, because we're proclaiming that we have the truth. We have the real understanding of the Bible. All right, all the years of you Christians trying to break down the truth. Y'all think?
It says, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 13, 2 and 14, it says, he was made to reprove our thoughts. The point, verse 15, he is grievous unto us even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
Right, and he knows that our end is blessed. And that's why they're envious when they see Israel, man, because they know at the back of their mind that the Lord has judgment awaiting them. And no matter what they've done to try to usurp the prophecy, nothing has worked. All right, as you go into the example of Project Looking Glass, and they've tried everything. And the same result is the same judgment. All right, your kingdom is going to be bombed to death by them damn nuclear missiles. All right, then nobody's going into captivity for 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, Esau Edom is going to be completely done away with.
Basically, that AI was telling them that, you reach bounds that you can't pass. pursuing the Job, what, 14?
Yeah.
You know, that's what the AI kept telling them. Like, look, like you're gonna fall basically. You're not gonna rule. You're not gonna rule forever, because his inward thought is what? That his houses shall continue forever.
And you know that the AI, you know, we had went into this a while back, but you had Elon Musk that pretty much said, look, the AI is demons.
Yeah.
And who do the demons work for? The Heavenly Father.
What is the word demon mean? Intelligence. Intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
That shows you that the Most High through that avenue that you know you ain't gonna win.
Right.
This is Psalms 75 and verse 8. It says, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup and a wine of bread. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. And pretty much that represents all the judgment, all the parts that he doesn't want to face. That's when he will have to face, the slavery, the destruction of his kingdom,
The fact that you're going to have the people that you hate with so much passion going over your red ass in the kingdom. That's what they can't fathom. A world where niggas are going to be going over them. Bro. That's their biggest fear. John F. Kennedy said that, man. He said, yo, what if when we go to heaven, we find out that God is black? And what is that going to mean for us and how we treat his people?
What you gotta understand is it's just their spirit. You know, just like how we're in their kingdom. We want to see a world that's upright.
Yeah.
This nigga don't want to see that. His whole MO, he thinks that this shit is paradise. He thinks this is paradise. Concrete all over the place, seeing people die to death. You got a report that came out where you got white collar workers in the banking field that are junior bankers, they're dying because of them working 15, 16-hour days. Sleepless nights, man.
He knows this shit is so bad that there's been videos of his robots offing themselves because the work is so strenuous, bro. It's like you know this is
a devil, man.
It's not fair, man.
No.
Isaiah 47 and 1 in the NLT. We're going to that one. It says, come down, virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on the throne have ended. O daughter of Babylonia, never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate. Take heavy millstones and grind flour. Remove your veil and strip off your robe. Expose yourself to public view. And this is what we're seeing taking place right now, man. Especially, regards to these Edomites, their tongue falling upon themselves, man. It says, you will be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity. Our Redeemer, whose name is Yahweh of heaven's armies, is the Holy One of Israel. Oh, beautiful Babylon, sit now in the darkness and silence. Never again will you be known as the Queen of Kingdoms. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands.
Right. You gotta understand that, look, the reason the Lord allowed Babylon to become so great was to punish us. Because the reason why Babylon was able to be great was off the backs of Israel, man. All right, so everything that we see here is evidence that the Lord is had a foot up our ass by this devil, man. So we're at a point in time now to where when this place is gone, it's gone. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming up from the ashes, rising like a phoenix. That's a fairy tale that you made up, man, in your mind. You know?
It says, for I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands.
That's a cut too.
Yeah.
Showing you that, look, we were given over to the hands of our enemies.
Right.
This is all through divine circumstances.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Esau was just this powerful being. No, it was the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to put us in this condition here.
Yeah, because as the scripture said in Genesis 25, we're naturally stronger than him in all aspects. So we go into how Esau was able to conquer us, going back to before the Civil War. Hey, Reuben was fucking Esau up, but the Lord put the spirit on them to create the Gatling gun.
Yep.
Just like, all of the conquistadors, everything was the Lord, intervening to help them, because naturally they can't take them down, man.
All them different slave revolts that don't get mentioned of. It wasn't just Nat Turner. It was plenty of slave revolts when Esau got his ass destroyed.
What was the one in Haiti or Tucson?
Oh, the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Right? And they used witchcraft on them damn devils.
See?
Levi was on that too.
Yeah, Levi, But the point is that the Lord was with them for the sake of prophecy.
Right. So when you hear Esau speak on manifest destiny, he's right. Because that was the Lord's will for them to overtake us.
Absolutely. But only for what? A season.
That's the key point right there.
It says, for I was angry with my chosen people and punish them by letting them fall into your hands.
Right, which is why when you read Psalm 17 and 13, you get to understand why Esau has access to fuck us up like he did. Because Esau is the sword of the Most High.
But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy.
Nope.
You oppressed even the elderly. You said, I will reign forever as queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences.
Man, hey, that's heavy too. Read that again. Just want to add in on that.
So Isaiah 47 and 7 in the NLT. You said, I will reign forever as queen of the world.
Yep.
You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences.
Right. You didn't reflect on your actions nor think about those consequences, because right now America didn't consider that it was going to get exposed for Satan worship, pedophilia, right? Be the chief of the world when it comes to homosexuality. You know, all of this shit that's being pushed, that's you know, those wines and philosophies. They didn't consider all of this being exposed and America being looked at as the shame of the world. That shameful spewing, as the scripture said, Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. They didn't consider that. That's why everybody's ready to go to war with this place. That's why America is being basically cut out of deals.
Yep.
Nobody wants to use the petrodollar no more. The economy is on the verge of collapsing. All these different things that that Babylon didn't consider.
Because also, if I can add to you, part of that shameful spewing is the type of slavery that they did to our people. Which,
Yes.
like countries like Russia and different ones, they throw back in America's face, which this is why we brought out a camp Saturday. This is why Esau took down all the statues dealing with the slave owners and all that, because they're ashamed of that history.
Exactly.
Because they understand, according to Revelation 13, 9 and 10, they got to pay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. He that goes to the captivity shall go into captivity.
There you go. And then it came out that majority of these slave owners, these plantation owners, were Jewish.
Exactly.
See?
The ones that funded the ship to get over here was so-called, ish. You know?
Yep.
So your hand, the puppet master has been revealed, man.
That's it.
Right.
Geppetto, which is funny, it's gonna have two.
That's it. Man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. What's that, Obadiah? Yep. That's it, man. That's it.
They give me a free coffee.
Let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to go into the topic of the APAC committee, right? Go into how their dealings within the political space of American diplomacy is pretty prevalent.
You want the definition first?
For APAC, listen.
So this is from Wikipedia dealing with APAC. So it says APAC is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. It says it is a pro-Israel lobbying group that advocates its policies to the legislative and executive branches of the United States.
Right, so pretty much this public affairs committee, this PR team, right, they're pretty much responsible for lining the pockets of politicians to pretty much come and address their concerns and issues.
Yeah.
Right? But really what it is that they're lining the pockets of these politicians to enforce their control.
Yeah.
Okay? These politicians, they're set up and they're pretty much put under a gag order to do their bidding at the guys that they're giving money and funding to do whatever they want to aspire as congressmen, congresswomen, or whatever they do. Okay? And we're gonna go into the article touching on that point of how the origin of this lobby came to be. Was there more on that definition?
Hey, can I add on to you real quick too? There was an Israelite woman, a Judite woman. This is probably about 7, 8 years ago. Let's let this pass. Let this pass real quick. Saying there was this Judite woman, she was a part of the Congress. I want to say this had to be at least like 7, 8 years ago. Forgot her name, but she brought it out, and they basically tried to keep it under the rug, but she brought it out, and she said basically Congress was bought and paid for by Amalek. And like you were just saying, all the congressmen, politicians, they're paid by Amalek to forward the agenda of Amalek. You know, that's why they don't speak of this stuff, man.
Everything is pro-Israel.
Everything is pro-Israel, man, and that's for a reason.
This article from the Cambridge University Press is entitled "The Edge of the Abyss: The Origins of the Israel Lobby, 1949 through 1954."
Right, and then you made the point last night about how you had the Balfour Declaration, you had the establishment of the Israeli state in 1948. Esau was adamant to try and get that tongue, right, to be able to control the narrative, right? That's why the scriptures speak about his tongue, right? The ability to him being able to control the media content.
This is Psalm 73. Right, here's a good one speaking about his tongue. This is Psalm 73 and verse 9. And it reads, it says, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
Right, they set their mouth against the heaven, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Right? This devil is adverse to the Most High. Right? And through his media, he's been able to fortify himself throughout the planet Earth as being a victim, right? And not being the root of the problem. Because here at GMS Charlotte, we have a saying, we look at the root of the problem as opposed to the fruit of the problem. Our people focus on the fruit instead of the root. Amalek is the root problem of a lot of these issues. And he utilized that tongue, that media, to be able to push forth his agenda, to be able to control the narrative of what's right and what's wrong. Okay? Go ahead, get that one.
I got two. This is Psalms chapter 55. Bros mentioned pretty much how the devil talks with like a forked tongue. A lot of his words and stuff go back to something that you can use two ways, you know. But this is Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Hey, pretty much how he speaks, you know, what he puts in his policies. You know, he puts it in a way that's going to put him in an advantageous position, puts him in an advantage.
Right. And if I can add too, can you read that verse once more?
Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Right, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Here it is, you had not a Jew. He came before Congress, what was it, about a month ago, and he's trying to appeal to the congressmen and congresswomen, look, we need more aid, we need your support, please help us. Please, we can't keep doing this on our own. But at the end of the day, these devils are literally weaponized and pushing forth that machine, that war machine, man. Because at the end of the day, Psalms 140 speaks about how Esau is a war mother.
I have one more after this too. It's Psalms 55 and 21, the latter. It says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Like it's pretty much he speaks, you know, he comes in a humble fashion, you know, as if he wants to be on your side, but truthfully, he's looking for war. I got another one because brother mentioned the root of the issue instead of the fruit. But this is Jeremiah 12 and verse 1. It says, righteous art thou, O Lord, when I plead with thee, yet let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore doeth the way of the wicked prosper? Wherefore are all they happy that deal very treacherously? Thou hast planted them, yeah, they have taken root. They grow, yeah, they bring forth fruit. There are here in their mouth and fall from their reign. Pretty much this devil, the power of the Job 9:24, earth is given to the hand of the wicked. You know, pretty much they're planted. So that's specifically the root of the problem in the planet Earth.
I can add you. This is Sirach 12, and I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. As we talk about these devils, right, who are pretty much funding these lawmakers to bring forth laws, they'll say it's pushing for you to pretty much, you know, be good in this society. It's all, you know, advantageous to them. Because as you're seeing the things, the process, especially now what they're pushing, it's all to benefit the small head. It's not helping the American people, especially not helping Jacob, because they know that, look, they're trying to establish a new world order, and all those that stand in opposition to him is the enemy, which the main one is the Israelites, man, which is why you had that elite video from that councilwoman in Israel explaining how the black youth are the problem. And what black people are talking about? They're talking about the average nigga you see walking up and down the street. They're talking about the Jake that's waking up, you know? Because they see that that's a problem. All right, you got a lot of these, especially these young Jakes that know they Israelites now. They ain't going for the narrative. That's the main ones on social media calling these damn people out, man. You see a lot of these Jakes walking up on you small hats. You ain't the real Jew, I ain't. You know?
That's it. They're real talk. I got something real quick to add in there about the mouth. There's another precept. Revelation. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, in verse 5, and it reads, it says, and there was given him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months, right? So it says in my sword here, to exercise authority. So pretty much this whole Babylonian system, this American system is what rules the world. See, but through his mouth, it said it was given unto him a mouth speaking great things. And it's his mouth tying back to what? His media and his policies that he pushes throughout the earth. His unjust decrees, his sanctions. You see? It's all tied to that mouth.
If I may, just to back you up. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 58. I'm going to start at verse 3. And it reads, the wicked, and who is the wicked? Esau and Edom, the so-called white man. It says, are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. This is why you can't trust this devil, man. Everything that he says, you know, you should never, that's what the scripture tell you, to never trust your enemy. Everything that he puts out there is a damn lie. And he, you know, question. And pretty much, you know, the whole world is starting to wake up to his shit.
Yeah.
Verse 4.
Hey, like Tazamaka said, not to cut you off.
Yeah, you got it.
But hey, if he lied about this, if he lied about the Messiah's name and how he actually looked,
Right.
you got to question every goddamn thing.
What else he lie about?
Yeah.
What else did he lie about?
That's right.
Hey,
Right.
I forgot what brother said this, but we're at a point now. You gotta question everything white, man.
Yeah,
And the sign that say you can walk, you gotta question that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he did this, what else the hell he lied about?
Right.
That's right. Psalm 58 and verse 4, and it reads, their poison, and that poison goes back to their philosophy, man. Yep, their tongue. It says, it's like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. You know, so you pretty much shouldn't take anything this devil here says, take anything that he says seriously, man. Not
speaks
one
poison.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Nothing that he says is good for our people.
Yeah.
You know, good for life, period, but especially not Jacob.
Yeah,
It's considered a serpent in the garden.
that's right.
Right? The serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. That devil is still here in this earth to this very day. Pushing forth that subtle poison to the masses of the people.
That's right.
You know?
That leads to death.
Exactly. That's why we see the culture of the earth and how it's the state that it's in right now. We always look to the root cause.
That's right.
It's Esau. This nigga is the problem of all of these issues that we see that are precedent in the earth right now.
That's right.
The hidden hand.
God.
Hey, can you look that up? The definition, bring that out too. You got it out.
Hidden hand?
Yeah, hidden hand. See what that says.
Back to the Congress, that's a little tidbit. Annual salary for the Congress person is $170,000. That was since 2019, so you know they're lying.
No, because you got individuals where they have it's this page called Unusual Whales, where you got people that day trade and all they do is just look at politicians. They look at their trade, they look at all that they're doing. Because you got individuals like Nancy Pelosi, right? She'll have millions of dollars in trades. A lot of the politicians, they do inside trading, but they're not held to the standard like somebody would be if they work in financial services.
Yeah, they got insight that we're getting that normal average person don't get.
Exactly.
And if they found out that you know, they had that, they would get got.
And their pockets are they're rolling it though. You had Chief Justice the dude, he looked like a Jake, but I think he an Edomite. He's one of the Supreme Court justices, but the evidence has been coming out about this dude. His pocket's been getting crazy line. Yachts, kids getting put through school, $1 million donors, you know, just adding to you, brother. You know, these people, they getting way more money. They getting hush money. Clarence Thomas, Don, yep. That's correct.
That definition of the foreign one for the hidden hand, it says an unknown force or influence believed to be the cause of certain often unfortunate events.
Reread that one.
Yep. Hidden hand. It says an unknown force or influence believed to be the cause often like the cause of certain, often unfortunate events.
Right, the cause of often unfortunate events. Every problem that pops up, Amalek is like where's Waldo, right? There'll be a building blown up, children dead on the streets, a sex trafficking ring, you know, drugs being pushed. There was an article that came out a while back about how J.P. Morgan, they had boats with cocaine on it.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, that infrastructure is the only company that can actually bring in cocaine to this very day.
And you had the founding fathers of America, you know, the president, as well as, you know, guys like Andrew Carnegie, you say J.P. Morgan and guys like that. They are hand in hand with the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all that. And they help push forth a lot of this destructive ass philosophy that we see being practiced today, man.
Exactly, but that's that hidden hand.
Yeah.
See, because everybody is looking at Trump, everybody's looking at Kamala, everybody's looking at Barack. No, the actual people that are behind the curtain, the hidden hand, those are the people that are really influencing.
Right.
Because if you brothers and sisters have time, we talked about this last night. Go on YouTube. It's this Edomite whose page is Johnny Harris, and you'll see there's a video called Deep State. What is the Deep State? And this guy does an extensive breakdown on the introduction to the CIA. Right? Now, if you have any understanding of the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, you understand that it's deeply connected beyond the measure of what people see in the public eye.
Yeah, yeah.
And that connection, it runs deep into Amalek.
Yeah.
Because what do you have deeply connected to CIA is Mossad. Mossad is the central, is pretty much the equivalent of the CIA for Amalek.
Because I can say, because with the CIA, they fund all these terrorist groups you see out here, the cartels, what's the shit in Afghanistan?
Terrorists,
ISIS, and the other one, Al Qaeda.
Yep.
You know, all these, they're all CIA funded, man. They're trained, bred, brought up. But another good thing to check out too for those that are not aware of it, on Rumble is a 3-part docu-series called Who is Amalek? All right, and they go into the inner workings of what these devils have done behind the scene. All right, who is behind the CVID, you know, the jab, all right, the pandemic, all right, World War I, World War II, and these different things. Well, Amalek is spearheading all that shit, man. You know, so Esau is being exposed all the way throughout. And just to give you that reference, this is just giving an example of somebody. This is Evelyn Rothschild. He's going down the list of what he, what his family is responsible for.
Oh, Salaki, but I just want to make a point too. With the CIA, when you watch that video, the dude, there's a quote from one of the agents. He was pretty much saying that with these people that are here on the forefront, that are trying to come into the mix and quote unquote solve problems, he said, we'll be here long after you're gone. But he's really saying, without so many words, is that look, the control is not the people that you see in the forefront.
No, they're puppets.
They're puppets.
There's a hidden hand behind everything you see out here, bro.
Yep.
You know, they have that term shadow government, you know, the black pope. You know, it's niggas that's in the background that you don't know about that's running the show. That's why you have the elites. You don't see them on everyday stroll, man. These niggas are in the cut, all right, doing their business behind the curtain.
That's why Elder Apostle Gabar said one of the main power, the main power that the elites had was secrecy.
Exactly.
Now we're at the point of what? The elites being revealed.
Yeah.
So that power is dwindling.
And a good, representation of that, brothers that need that visual, when you watch The Wizard of Oz, all right, and you see the man behind the curtain, that's talking about the elites.
That's the hidden hand.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, bro.
This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right. So if you could pull up that Ephesians 6 and 12 in the Geneva Bible translation. You got it?
So Ephesians 6 and 12 in the Geneva Bible, it reads, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the worldly governors.
Right, the worldly governors. These worldly governors push this alternative media. They push this alternative culture, right? Principalities that are contrary to the way that the Lord said for things to be set in order. Okay? Because when you go into government, govern meaning control, meaning mind, mente meaning mind, the water. So you go into that, it pretty much means mind control. So what we're wrestling against is the control over the minds of the people to accept principalities that are adverse to the Lord, man. All right? The way how this world is operating is adverse to the Lord. And it's due to these government, you read that one?
Ephesians 6:12 in the Geneva Bible, it reads, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the worldly governors."
The worldly governors are the root problem of these issues that are prevalent.
The princes of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness which are in the high places.
Right, against spiritual wickedness that are within the high places. See, when you go into the inner workings of the system, as brothers was touching on the elites, they ducked off somewhere carrying out and doing a bunch of wickedness to forward their agenda, to forward their hegemony, man. You know, but now we're in that age of exposure where the Lord is making it abundantly clear that these are the devils that the Bible speaks of. You go ahead and get your precept.
Khan, I looked up shadow government on Wikipedia, and it says the shadow government, also referred as the cryptocracy, a secret government or invisible government, is a family of theories based on a notion that real and actual political power resides not only with the publicly elected representatives, but with private individuals who are exercising power behind the scenes.
Right, exercising power behind the scenes. Okay, that's where the real power lies, man. All right? So what you see these people out here that are being quote-unquote elected, no, they're being selected, man. Okay, they're being chosen to be the forefront, or so to speak, the puppet of the puppeteer.
Yeah, figureheads that are in the public, they're not the true ones running the show. Like you said, these politicians, Trump, Kamala, you see Elon Musk, you see Bill Gates and him. None of these niggas are really operating off their own volition. They all have a hand in their back, right?
Right. That's why they're able to have these quote-unquote beefs and differences of opinions on governments, but yet they can come together in kumbaya and have a whole summit meeting like they don't have people of their own nation dying. Because at the end of the day, they're all submitting themselves to the will of these elites, man.
Like you brought out last night, you know, they all have these APAC
Handlers.
yeah.
Right. There was a video of this guy, he did an interview with Tucker Carlson, and he pretty much was saying that when he went up to the White House and he would address these certain concerns, the congressman and congresswoman would say, "Let me get back to you, I gotta speak to my APAC person." And that's what they would call them. They would call them the APAC person. You see, you gotta see that, you gotta post that video, brother. They would call them the APAC person. Because these people that they're dealing with, they're the ones that are telling them if they can greenlight something or not. They're handlers.
Yeah.
You know? So if your politicians have handlers, that gives credence to what we're discussing today, which is that Amalek has control of American diplomacy, which is why the American society is so adamant to push forth the agendas that it does.
Yeah.
Why America is so adamant to defend Israel.
That's right.
You know?
Celebrities too. Them celebrities, they
Oh yeah, they locked in.
They locked in with the J002, and there's an article that came out 2 days ago. Kanye West was talking to Candace Owens, and he told Candace Owens that his handler, that bald-headed Amalekite, I forgot his name, caught him reading the Bible, and he said that the Amalekite beat the shit out of him.
Are you talking about his training?
Yeah, his training. Yeah.
Wow.
Kanye said that.
That's nuts.
But also you had, just to show you, Candace Owens, she interviewed Andrew and Tristan Tate. They was exposing Esau too, dealing with the child trafficking and whatnot. And then not too long after they interviewed, they got their house raided. Now their brothers, her, and somebody else that's been speaking out against Amalek. Now they're all getting blasted on Twitter.
Hey, well, let's go ahead and get more into that.
Yeah, a little bit more.
On it? Okay, so.
See on this, it says, according to this belief, the official elected government is subvariant to the shadow government, which is the true executive power.
Right, that is the true executive power, man. That's where the real conversations are had that affect your people's day-to-day lives, man.
You know that song of the one? The wicked song?
See that, brother?
But you know, it says some of the groups proposed by these theories as constituting the shadow government include central banks, Freemasons, communists. I don't know if I can use this N-word or not.
Yeah, the Hitler people.
Yeah, the Rothschilds, intelligence agencies, think tanks, organized, the Vatican, Jesuits, or Catholics in general, as well as secret societies, Mayanine interests, extraterrestrials, and global elites, and supernatural organizations who seek to manipulate policies in their own interest or in order to serve a large agenda that is hidden from the general public.
So to sum everything up, the shadow government is these different groups and organizations that you see, like you made mention of, that are the true think tanks and the hand that run society. They're the ones that tell you what to believe in, what to think, how you can act. All these things are orchestrated by these guys like this.
Back in Cambridge University Press, The Edge of the Abyss, The Origins of the Israel Lobby, 1949 to 1954. Just jumping down, it says here, after the 1950s, to rebuke Israel was tantamount to opposing American Jewry and even Jewishness. The events of the early and middle 1950s foretold the long-term weakness of American Jewish criticism of Israel.
But at the end of the day, this is why when you hear people speak out against small hats, you're instantly labeled that term anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Because that was the code word that they pretty much, threw on anybody that questioned the authority of Israel.
Yeah. If I may add, there's a saying out there, the people that you can't speak against are the people that's in power, man.
Exactly.
It says, with the keenest supporters of Israel in the United States, the greatest stronghold of support for Israel in the world, steeled by supporting Israel regardless of what events might transpire. Later developments would produce new Middle Eastern realities that held the capacity to disrupt the political patterns and cultural negotiations forged in the new state's early years. So pretty much going into how this AIPAC was pretty much designed in order to influence America's political dealings, right? And however they carry out throughout the earth, it had to be with Israel in mind. So whatever Israel's doing, like I said, regardless of what transpires in regards to Israel, so Israel pretty much has free reign to do as they please. That's why now that Jew makes these routine visits over here to pretty much establish what his plans are going forward, man.
Right, and politics like this.
No, I just want to make a quick point. That's why the former prime minister of Israel, he said that America must be prepared to fight Israel's wars. So he's pretty much, in the lack of better words, he's telling America, look, you're going to be drawn into this war between Iran and Israel.
Yeah.
Least of the flock should draw them out.
And if you don't, we have these nukes ready to set over here. Dealing with the sanction operation.
This is off Natural News. It says UN experts demand targeted sanctions, arms embargoes against Israel for crimes against humanity. So what we're seeing is the beast hating the whore, man. Because Israel and America are in unity, man. But what they're moving, according to, is pretty much contrary to what the UN and NATO agree with, man.
Yep.
It says dozens of independent United Nations human rights experts are calling on UN members and states to immediately review all diplomatic, political, economic ties with Israel, inclusive of businesses, finance, pension funds, academia, and charities over its continued actions in Gaza. So as you see what's going on over there in Gaza, what we're about to start seeing happening in regards to Iran, right? All these nations are looking at Israel with the side eye because they're constantly in violation of human rights acts.
Exactly.
Right. You even had the UN Council. They, if I'm not mistaken, they brought Israel up on a war march.
Yeah.
Right. At least not a Jew. You know.
Yeah, he has many charges against him, and this is why they're continually pushing forward with this war, because the moment that there's so-called peace, he has to go to the world court to face on that. He's not going to do that.
Let's go ahead and get into the let's go ahead and get into the article. Because just going to show forth even more understanding about the control, the depths of control that this devil has over these politicians, we're going to go into an account that's happened recently where you had a congresswoman, Cori Bush. She recently got the plug pulled on her because she spoke out against these people. Go ahead and get it.
It says, White House slams Cori Bush for threatening AIPAC to tear your kingdom down.
Right, now when you go into what she was quoting, she's quoting a gospel song, which pretty much the gospel song says, Satan, we're going to tear your kingdom down. And who is this devil, man? Right? He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is Satan, man. All right, he is adverse to the natural order. He's adverse to life.
Right. To prove that, when you read Revelation 12 and 12 about how to somebody get that real quick. Bring the phone over and look up the words of Satan. Revelation 12 and 12.
Now this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Now look up that word devil. It's going to exemplify what I'm talking about to say.
The word for devil, and it says G12:28. It says slanderous, accusing falsely.
Slanderer, accusing falsely, man.
So it says metaphorically applied to a man who by opposing the cause of the Most High may be said to act with the part of the devil or to side with him.
Right, to side with him. And this is that physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. All right, walking adverse, accusing our brethren, man. All right, he's going out throughout the entire world. Read that part with me. Because we're in that time where this devil he's being exposed, man. Whether he wants to be exposed or not. He can't. Habakkuk 2 and 4 tells us that the spirit within him is not upright. He can't turn the card any other way because this is who he is. He's just true to himself.
He's showing you who he is.
Yeah.
He's showing you who his God is.
Right, he's doubling down on Satanism. He's doubling down on pedophilia. He's doubling down on all of this wickedness, man.
Right.
And you simple-minded niggas out there are acting like, oh, nah, he cool. He ain't that's not all of them. No, the whole house of Edom is going to be done away with.
Right.
Okay? Whether it's from the biggest top dog in the house of Edom down to the most insignificant average day Edomite that you see. All of their ass is wicked, man.
I get some land back off your plan. This is Revelation 12 and 12. The word devil says metaphorically applied to a man who by opposing the cause of the Most High.
Right, what is the cause of the Most High? The cause of the Most High is to push forth righteousness, to push forth his law, statutes, and commandments, his decrees in the earth, for all creation to acknowledge his ways. Okay? But he's opposed to that. He's set in his ways that, look, nah, the Most High ways ain't good. I need to create GMOs. I need to create artificial intelligence. I need to create everything that's augmented and shifts the narrative from what the Lord has made and said was good.
It says, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him.
Yep. And that's what he's done. He's sided, he's made his stake, right? In pushing forth Satanism, pushing forth an anti-Hamashiach culture.
It's the biblical commentary for Revelation 12 and 12. It says, with the understanding that Esau is just the physical counterpart of Satan in the world, right? It says Satan's power is real and terrifying, but not because he is triumphant, but because he knows he is beaten and has a short time left. He is like a wounded, cornered animal that fights ferociously.
not how Amalek is acting.
Right.
They see their time is short, man. This is why they're going full-fledged outward with that Satanism. All right, they're in a rush to bring in this new world order, put forth this, one world currency, one world religion, one world government, because they know that they're out there with sin.
Yeah, and the other side too, he's pushing all these laws where you can't talk about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't speak about certain issues, censorship, misinformation, that whole, spiel.
Because you remember what happened with the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, with Greenblatt.
Yep.
He was over here, we're losing the narrative. This young generation, they on TikTok and shit. They over here, they not believing what we're saying. How is it that we're going to be able to counter these arguments where you got all of this substantial evidence that's coming out that's speaking against us? Like you had said earlier, Zaquan, they're trying to clip the social media. They're trying to clip any voice that's outside of their narrative.
Yeah, because what this is doing is influencing the minds to break free of that spell that they put on that.
Right. But it's all through the Holy Spirit, starting with the prophets, man.
Stronghold.
The strongholds being broken. 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter.
Continuing on, it says, Satan might give up his fight against the Most High and humanity made in the Most High's image, except for the fact that he is utterly depraved and probably insane in some way. Satan may have deceived even himself into thinking that he has a chance.
Right.
He exactly has done that.
That's on point.
This nigga thinks he's gonna go to war with the Lord and actually win. That's an insane thought to even process through your mind.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he thinks he's gonna get rid of the nation of Israel. See, hey, what did he tell Jeremiah? He said, if heaven and earth pass away, roughly paraphrasing, then I'll do away with the nation of Israel. It's not happening.
He can search the depths of the ocean.
Yep.
And pretty much the moon pretty much go away. He can do away. Really, what he's trying to do essentially is remove the essence of the Lord from the earth. You're not going to be able to do that.
Proverbs 18:7.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Hey, he's speaking his own destruction, He's going to eventually, fall, right? Because like I said, what you're saying is vain words. The Lord is not going. The Lord has your engine written before America was even accepted. Before you was even put in the power seat, you was already written with it. So how the hell you think you're going to usurp that?
That's it. Yeah, it tells you, that's the spirit that you say that. 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, from the first verse all the way to verse 9.
Yeah.
Before the creations were created, for the heavens, the chimneys were hot above, it tells you. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follows.
Hey, when you came out the womb, Jacob was pulling your heel. All right, let you know from the jump, man. From the jump. Hey, you was going to be pulled out of power. All right, the elders shall serve the younger.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you were never meant to win, Esau. You just got lost. All right, in your power, you got drunk in power and you forgot. All right, and they say in the world you started to bite the hand that fed you.
That's it.
I got that precept.
You got it.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
That's the cut right there. The children not yet being born, having neither done good or evil.
Yep.
So what does that mean? Predestination.
Yep.
Right? Let's talk about Esau and Jacob. Go ahead.
That the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand.
Yeah, Jacob was the elect. Israel was the chosen nation. It was already predetermined, predestinated, man. All right?
You can steal our identities. You can, lie to our people, letting them know they everything but who they are, but they're going to change policy.
Yes.
Because the William Israel told us that, man. And there was going to be a time to where people are going to remember themselves, and then the lies are going to start unfolding on themselves.
Says in the latter, not of works, but of him that calleth. So ultimately, it's the will of the Lord, man.
Everything is prophecy. And what they're doing, even them fighting back, goes to prophecy.
Yep.
You can't escape it.
Right. Because when you keep reading into this chapter, matter of fact, if I could just jump down, because you spoke about how they're going to fight back. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Yeah, because the Most High raised you up for the same purpose that he raised Pharaoh up to show forth his power. So nothing that you've done was of your own volition, like I said earlier, because it all served the purpose to magnify the Lord's name. Right. So you were put up as to be like a God on earth. So when the Lord destroys this place in your kingdom, that great humble is going to show that no God is greater than the God of Israel. Right. How about Shemi Awashai's name is going to be magnified over the whole earth. Man.
Right. And if I could add, priest, these idols, really, they're all falling under the banner of Esau Edom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Esau Edom, he is the hammer of the earth. He's the one that I was watching the Algo series that the Elder Ariala does, and he was going in. It was like a map that was showing like how extensive America's military might is, and it was like, damn, like there's no way that these people can actually like come against this type of power structure. It's too deeply woven, you know, to where, like you were saying, priest, is going to give credence that Yahweh Shemi Awashai is the one that broke this system down, man. Yep. Because the prophets have been breaking those strongholds. When you go into that word strongholds, it goes into a fortress, you know. So his walls are being broken down. The very means that Esau has relied upon, as we're discussing this whole sermon, was the deception. But now that argument is being countered through the Holy Spirit by the prophets. Right. That's bro.
Going in.
Go back to the article. Go through that article.
It says the White House condemned as inflammatory a pledge by Missouri Representative Cori Bush to AIPAC that she would tear your kingdom down, implying that heated rhetoric like hers could inspire political violence.
Right, now this is a Amalekite media outlet, right? So of course the narrative, how they're trying to spin it, is to suit their narrative, right? That she's crazy.
Right.
Right? But when you go into more of it, when you get the understanding of this congresswoman, she was under AIPAC's rule. Right. Because she's quoted saying that there's no strings on her, right? That she's free. Right? Again, going to show you that, look, you don't gotta believe us. Like our elders and apostles tell us, go do the research for yourself, man. This is a woman that's involved in the political space that's telling you that she has strings attached to her, showing you she was not operating on her own volition. She's not the only one. Because
I was going to add, AIPAC, they control both sides, right? So they're funding, Democrats and Republicans.
If I'm not mistaken, AIPAC, I think they're dealing with the Democratic project, but still, like you were saying, they deal with both sides. You know, at the end of the day, if brother can grab right quick, Revelation. He speaks about Revelation 13.
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 11. Revelation chapter 13.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and I'm going to read verse 11, and it reads, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb."
Right, now this beast that's coming out of the earth is the revived fourth beast. All right, that fourth beast, when you read Daniel's 2nd chapter, was the ancient Roman Empire, which is now revived in this time in America, Babylon the Great, NATO, and the EU. Okay? Read it.
Fine. I'll read it again. No. Romans chapter 13, verse 11.
Shit, next one.
"And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon."
Right, the two horns as a lamb, speaking of the bipartisan system that you see that's implemented in America, in this quote-unquote democracy, right? And again, as we're discussing, Amalek has his hands in this, okay? That's why we're seeing these draconian measures are about to be instituted, and it goes back to Amalek, man, okay? He has his hand in these issues, okay? The draconian measures, him speaking as a dragon, they're preparing to institute laws and legislations to try and bring about no alternative voices,
Right.
no speech that is outside of their narrative,
Yep.
okay, so that they can ultimately institute what? That implantable device, The hour of temptation, the MOTB, the MARK of the beast.
You mentioned that word bipartisan. That's why I thought that was. It says involving the agreement or cooperation of two political parties that usually oppose each other's policies.
Exactly. Because these guys, they're the same people. They'll go back and forth, tit for tat, but then they go ahead and have lunch afterward. They play golf together, because that's what you had. You had them two senile fucks at the presidential debate, Trump and Biden. And they're like, "Oh, my golf swing is better than yours, so we could go to par 18." Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Here it is, we talking about serious matters, and y'all niggas talking about playing golf on the next weekend.
But
To
that's
see
what
whose
it
golf
shows
swing better.
But that goes to show you, because even on a higher level, when you look at the world stage, they're still on the same party. Putin, V, and all these other leaders, you know, they all were bred, all right, to be who they are due to what they have called the young leaders, you know. Klaus Schwab was going into how they groomed these guys to be these figureheads for them. Right. They all played for the same team. Yep. Young globalism.
Going back to the article, it says Bush, a member of the squad, or Cory Bush, a member of the squad, a group of far-left Democrats that is harshly critical of Israel, lost a costly primary on Tuesday to St. Louis County prosecutor Wesley Bell. Political Action Committees allied with the American Israel Public Affairs Committee spent more than $9 million against Bush, making the election the third this cycle in which they have supported successful challengers to incumbents seen as hostile to Israel.
Right, so these devils, they line the pockets of these politicians, and they're able to sway the tide of who is going to step into that lot to carry out their will politically, man. Okay? You Jake's gotta start to see the big picture, man. These people that you see on the forefront, that you get angry at, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, that's insignificant, man. The ones that you need to look at, it's a saying in the world, follow the dollar. These people are lining these politicians' pockets to carry out their agendas.
But it is all they're doing is vying to be put in that seat to represent them.
Yes.
That's like when you read Kings about, you know, the council that happens in heaven. That's kind of like what we're seeing them doing out here with that. All right, trying to make themselves like, let me be the one to bring forth your thing.
Right. Because speaking of Kamala, right? She has been like seen as like, oh, she's going to be the one that's going to step in. Now, moreover, you see how this narrative has always been pushed toward you so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans, that it would be selfish if politicians were to instate laws and legislation that benefited you solely. Yeah. Kamala Harris was asked that question, but well, do you think that she won't be able to do anything for black people? She said, I can't do anything for black people. I can't just help black people.
They signed the fucking bill for Israel.
Right, for the Iron Dome, David Sling, right? Billions of dollars, just like that at the snap of a dime.
Snap of body. You know?
Snap of a finger.
Exactly.
Exactly, but you know that just goes to show forth that Jake, this is not your rest.
Yeah.
These devils ain't gonna change.
Yeah, they know. It's like what?
No, it's like
No, they know how to get over on Jay. Once again, they put another so-called blackface, brownface in the office. Niggas don't even know what Kamala does or what she's done.
Or where she's been.
Or where she's been.
She can't even answer a simple question. You know, brothers been sharing that video when they asked her, what's your solution to inflation? This bitch just recited the definition of inflation, and that was her answer. So, as we've been saying, they're talking about how she's been ducking the debates with Trump because she really don't know what she's doing. Because what's coming out is that if she gets in office, the one that's going to be calling the shots is her husband, which is a small hand.
Yes. It's the perfect plan. You see? Because Kamala is a plant, man.
Thank you.
She was groomed for that position, you know, to carry out the orders of the small hats, man.
Because that's why I'm going to brought out a great point. When you watch the DNC, they had the dude from Scandal as a speaker for them. And when you watch that show, what was that? It was the Edomite president with the black woman as his aide. That's essentially what they're doing with that. All right? So, like you said, she's a plant. Yeah, because he, behind the scenes, is pushing forth all this bullshit. Her running mate, another small hat, he's advocating for the pedos to get, they free. Man. So she's nothing more than just a figurehead they're using to push them.
They always have a small hat as their aide or in the background. Same thing with Trump.
Right.
He had what's the guy named Jared Kushner or something like that. That was Trump's aide, and then like you said, Obama. They always got a Jayish Amalekite behind them. You got it.
This is from Mayor Amschel Rothschild, or Mayor Amschel Bauer. It says, let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws.
Right. Yep. And what you have is Federal Reserve Bank, which is a private bank, which stems back to Amalek, set up throughout all different countries across the world. Okay? The control is in the dollar. The legislation, people bend over for $1 real quick, man. These politicians, they don't give a fuck about their agenda because it's not theirs.
Right.
It's all Amalek at the end of the day.
Which is why these people are not true judges. Because when you go into the tenets of what makes us true judges, there's laws in our laws about how a judge is not supposed to take bribes. And like you said, you can buy these motherfuckers cheap.
Yeah.
This
whole system is based off corruption.
Yeah. This why the scripture says this is the land of board of justice. The law is slack here.
So got another quote from his son Nathan Mayer Rothschild. It said, who controls the insurance of money controls the government. See?
Yep.
It says, Bush elected in 2020 told her followers that after her defeat that it had radicalized her and said the groups that brought her down should be afraid. There's nothing that happens in my life that happens in vain, she said, saying she would no longer be bound by the conventions of being a congresswoman. And let me say this, AIPAC, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down. The phrase tear your kingdom down is in the title of a gospel hymn popularized by Shirley Caesar. In that song, the phrase is addressed to Satan and describes an array of church figures who will participate in bringing him down.
Right, so we'll start with that book. Because that's pretty much the end of it. Esau, Edom, alright, it's at its end, man. Alright? And the ones that they say that the preachers.
Yeah, the preachers will be part of the ones that bring him down.
Right, and who are the true preachers? The prophets, the elect. Right, the ones that have that song, okay? That are singing the correct song on the correct note, okay? Because this is literally bringing down the hegemony of our enemy, man.
Right. What's one of the first steps to doing that is identifying who Satan is. Which you can see it throughout the world. Everybody is beginning to identify this man as Satan. You have America, Russia calls this place the Great Satan. All right, these people look at these damn small hats, they're known as Satan. So everybody is beginning to realize who this man is. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. And we're all witnessing his downfall. It's all beginning with the explosion. And then Yahweh Shemel Shai, according to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, he's going to pretty much destroy them with the brightness of his coming.
It says, in that song, the phrase is addressed to Satan and describes an array of church figures who will participate in bringing him down.
Yep, those participants are the elect, man. First and foremost, Yahweh Shemel Shai, who has given us the song to sing. This is not of men, but this is of the Most High. So we give all credence to Yahweh Shemel Shai to be able to partake in this, man. That's pretty much it. Hey, well, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified through the Holy Spirit. All right, we'll close out giving all praise, all honor, and all glory. Double honors be unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and rule well.
That's right.
Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. Habayah, Dawodah, hope of the elect. You always say shalom.
Shalom.